A picture speaks 1,000 words for David Malin. Credit Getty Images. The little shake of the head said it all. As David Malin trudged off as the third and final member of England's new crew to fail, the blank expression on his face summed up the lack of answers this series has provided for England's batting problems. England started this series needing a number 2, number 3 and number 5 to emerge from the shadows and nail down a place for this winter's Ashes. 1 out of 3 would have been an acceptable return. But now the selectors meet on Friday to pick the squad for the first West Indies test and will debate the same 3 positions that they took so long to settle on in their first meeting of the summer before the Lord's Test a month ago. It is an odd failing when you consider England are on the verge of a 31 series win against strong opposition, but that shows the strength of their established players, who have made up for the weaknesses elsewhere. They also set the example by listening to the criticism after Trent Bridge and acting accordingly. The malaise elsewhere is deep-rooted. Over the past 2 years, 19 players have appeared in England's top 5 in 28 test matches, a higher turnover than any other side. England have played the most test matches, but it is not just the changing faces. England have only scored 11 hundreds from the top 5 in those 28 tests, which is lower than any other team apart from Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Only one has been scored by a player outside the senior core of Alastair Cook, Joe Root, Moeen Ali, Johnny Bairstow, or Ben Stokes. Keaton Jennings' struggles have continued at Old Trafford. Credit AFP. Keaton Jennings' century in his debut test is the exception, and it bought him this entire series to prove himself, but he scored only 127 runs at an average of 15. Jennings will now go back to county cricket. At 25, he has time to come again. England like his character, but his technique has been found wanting against quality seam bowling, and he needs time away to work out his problems. He was batting better in the second innings, but Paul Farbrace, the assistant coach, summed it up on Friday when asked what Jennings had to do to keep his place. "Score runs, bottom line," he said. Malin has played 2 tests and made no impression. He too should have more opportunities, but yesterday's was a soft dismissal, charging the spinner and bat patting to short leg. More worrying was how late he was on a short ball from Kagisa Rabada in the previous over that was almost caught by a diving backward point. In 4 innings, Malin has looked a little frantic, whereas at least Tom Westley has shown some composure and confidence. Tom Westley has showed some poise at number 3. Credit AFP. The 3 tests against West Indies are a golden chance for him to book an Ashes place, but Josh Hazlewood and Jackson Bird will have watched his dismissals against South Africa with interest. Twice he has been out slicing across drives and caught at gully, and he also played and missed several times trying the same shot. The bounce of Hazlewood and his consistency in the channel outside off stump will work away at that chink. The worrying factor is that the 3 failures yesterday all came in the 3rd innings of a match when there was no huge pressure in terms of the game situation. England were sitting on a healthy first innings cushion. All the pressure for Malin, Westley and Jennings came from within, even if the bowling of Morn Morkel and Keshav Maharaj was top class. The game situation for England only became more precarious due to their dismissals. Mark Stoneman is a natural replacement for Jennings as the latest of Cook's other halves, but beyond him choices are thin. Gary Balance's broken finger has not fully healed and he remains a doubt for the first West Indies test. He is hoping to bat in the nets this week with a view to appearing for Yorkshire in the Roses 2020 match on Friday, but by then, the squad will have been picked and he will not have played enough cricket to be seriously considered. Alex Hales is in remarkable form in white ball cricket for Nottinghamshire, but his plan to turn himself into a middle-order player in the longer form of the game is not helped by the English domestic schedule. By the time the championship picks up again properly, he will be playing one-day cricket for England again. Hasib Hamid had his chance yesterday for Lancashire but was dismissed for 6 playing an awful shot at the type of wide ball from Fidel Edwards that he was content to leave alone last year. England basically have vacancies but are struggling to find players to fill them.